So on the 7th of December 2001, we had been at school and we decided to go out in Luton with some friends for the evening. So we went out and went to some nightclubs out in Luton, and her ex-boyfriend decided to invite himself along and he came with us. It was quite late. We came home on the train and then we got taxis back. Em decided that she didn't want to come back with us. She wanted to go to Tesco's and get some food, so her ex-boyfriend said that he would stay with her. So we then left. One of the friends came back to our house and the other one lived across the road and around the corner, so we all got a taxi back together. And then I went to bed. The next thing I remember is hearing horrendous screaming from outside the house. It was the worst screaming I've ever heard. Then I heard some shouting, and when I looked out, I couldn't really see anything, but ran downstairs to find out what was going on, and I think I knew that it was Em outside. When we went outside, she was laying in a pool of blood on our next door neighbour's garden. When we went back to the house, it just seemed empty, and obviously the floor was bare. There weren't any police there anymore. Just seemed a bit surreal, and I think we went round to my best friend's house and it was still covered in the blood from kneeling down to give her the CPR. So when we went back home, I think the doctor came round and saw us and gave us all sleeping tablets. And then after that, I suppose there were reporters hanging around, and then we had to break the news to various people. So the police came and they went to my best friend and told her family what had happened, and my grandparents in Hull had to be told, but so police officers had to go and do that. And then the next day, friends from school started arriving, putting flowers all out the front. You knew you weren't the only ones it had happened to, because it's a bit like being in a soap opera, isn't it? You don't expect ever that anything like that would happen to your family. So there were people there who, not that it was a common interest, but that knew what you were going through. And to be there in like the happiest place in the world with your family, away from everything, was just, it was really nice, because you didn't have to worry and you could just have fun and enjoy yourself, and I think it was really special to be able to spend that time together.
Embrace Child Victims of Crime is the only children's charity in the UK which is solely focused on supporting young people affected by serious crime. Embrace can provide a range of support services, and where we can, this is coordinated by a dedicated young victims care officer who will work with the child or young person and their family to understand their specific needs. We have access to a national network of associate therapists who are specially trained in child counselling, and over time help victims overcome emotional problems brought about by their experience. Innovative interventions such as our equine assisted therapy programme ensures we find the right fit for each victim. Our work puts young victims back in control of their lives. You could say that Embrace wraps its arms around those children when they have nothing else.